Welcome to the Purple Elephant Show. I am your host, KC Phoenix. It is the weekend. This is the second episode for the Purple Elephant Show this weekend. Some of you probably already know the Purple Elephant Show is mostly a weekend show. My morning political thought is a supplement to the Purple Elephant Show. All right, give me a second. I have to go off camera. Okay. So, thepurpleelephantshow.com is the main podcasting platform. There you can listen to all of the podcast episodes. Also, Instagram, Twitter, or Twitter, The Purple Elephant Show. Facebook.com/The Purple Elephant Show. If you are watching this on YouTube, Dailymotion, or BitChute, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you will know when I upload new episodes. And for my BitChute community, again, I'm letting you know I'm uploading an old episode to BitChute this weekend because the Purple Elephant Show is new to the BitChute community, and the support within the BitChute community has been amazing. Thank you guys. You guys are so wonderful. And because the Purple Elephant Show is new to the BitChute community, there's like between the morning political thought and the weekend Purple Elephant Show episodes, there's almost 100 episodes that aren't on the BitChute platform. So from time to time, I will pick certain old episodes and put them on the BitChute platform. And the one that I will add this weekend is Dear Media, You're the Reason Why the Polls will never be right about President Trump. So that will be uploaded sometime this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. Today is Saturday that I'm recording this, but I don't know when I'll be uploading things. All right, this episode won't be that long. I did something, as you can tell by the title of the video. Literally this morning, I pre-ordered, same thing, taking a sip of my water. I pre-ordered Mulan. And the reason I did it, and I was on the fence. I was really on the fence about this for so many reasons. And from a political level, Disney, their creative choices have been frustrating. Not all of them, but some of them. They've been frustrating. One thing that I have to remember, regardless of the frustration, regardless how we may feel sometimes, is that Disney, in spite of its faults, it is still an American company. It's still an American company, regardless of who they do business with. Disney itself is still an American company. And when it first came across my screen with the pre-order, I was just like, whatever. But I thought about their theme parks. For those of you who may not know, and I mentioned this in my morning political thought this past week, that they've laid off tens of thousands of employees because of the loss of revenue, foot traffic, and everything else at their theme parks. Those people lost their jobs. And part of me feels like it might have been politically related, and part of me feels like, okay, no, it was business related. But I don't have access to Disney's books or any of their accountants, so I personally don't know. It's just weird that a lot of companies, like the airlines and Disney and so on and so forth, start laying people off right when it's getting closer to the election, and usually right when it becomes peak season for people buying more stuff and doing certain things. And I know that certain states are still on lockdown. I know that certain things are still happening within the US, but I still believe that some people are willing to travel, at least enough to make a valid point that employees who were laid off, at least airlines wise, could have possibly stayed a little bit longer, but the airlines were saying no, they're losing money. And some people say even during the best of times, airlines can lose money. So yeah, with Disney, I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't have access to their books. What I do know is that my heart goes out to those people who lost their jobs. Disney has taken a beating in the theaters due to what has been happening around the world. And because they've lost that revenue stream, that contributed, I'm sure, to whether they would lay off those American workers or not. Because again, American workers, not all of them are American workers, because I know they do the visas and all that other stuff, but there were plenty of American workers within their employment. And I don't like for American people to be out of work. So it's like, should I just pre-order the movie and do that just to watch it, just to see, and also to possibly help them recoup some of the money that they've lost? That's why the movie's $29.95 right now. Because they're trying to, because usually when something comes out on digital, it's about $19.95 or $24.95. Mulan was $29.95. So, and I was like, $29.95. I went ahead and just paid it because the thing that went through my head was maybe this $29.95 will help in their bottom line when they have to make another decision later on whether to lay off American employees or not. Regardless of how I feel about some of their creative decisions, regardless of how I feel about them being so close to China. Because I don't like that. Or let me rephrase. Because China and the Chinese Communist Party are two separate things. Regardless of how I feel about them being so close to the Chinese Communist Party, I felt this would be kind of a way to possibly help keep somebody employed. This was my weird way of making a contribution and doing it that way. Now, I'm not about to go out and buy 5 digital Mulans or anything like that, but I decided to do this one thing and look past the other stuff, because as I said at the beginning of this video, when it's all said and done, Disney is an American company. Not only that, it's an icon. It's an iconic company, and it's an American iconic company. Just like Apple, I can't stand Apple products. I'm not an Apple person. I don't own the first Apple product, but I respect Apple and what they've managed to build, whether it be Steve Jobs, whether it be Tim Cook, what they've managed to build over the years to turn Apple into the icon that it is. The marketing that Apple has done over the years has been pretty much flawless. Apple is pretty much synonymous with high tech, with Premiere. They have built such a loyal following that it doesn't matter what they come out with, people will go and buy it. And again, Apple is an American company. I don't agree with all of their creative decisions. I don't agree with all of their technological decisions, which is why I've never owned any Apple products. I don't think people should be locked in a particular, my mind is going blank here, in a particular infrastructure, in a particular space, in a particular system. I don't think people should be locked in the Apple universe. One thing I love about Android, which also with Google, and I have words for Google too, regardless how I feel about Google, they're still an American company. I look forward to more Apples in America. I look forward to more Googles in America. I look forward to more Disneys in America. Just like on Parler, Parler is a social media app. Parler is growing. Parler is something that is breaking up the technocracy. I hope that more American companies will come forth and break up this technocracy and this grip that certain companies have on the industry. And I'm confident they will. I believe in free markets. I believe in that. In the free market, when people are pushed hard enough, the free market will usually deliver time and time again. That is how you got Disney. The Walt Disney, originally, Mickey Mouse wasn't even the original character of Disney. It was a rabbit that was the original character of Disney. And then the idea was stolen. And then Walt Disney went and created another character, which then became Mickey Mouse. He later went on, filed bankruptcy a few times, but he kept on going. And then Disney is what it is today. So, and just like Apple had a dip or two, or maybe three. But Apple kept on going, and now Apple is what it is today. These are American companies. These are American icons. Google has been a constant stay, where Google has pushed itself to the front when people didn't think something like that was possible, when all of these other companies existed, like Microsoft. Even though Microsoft has been a constant stay, and it is iconic as well in its own right, it hasn't, in my eyes, done what Google has been able to do. Amazon is another one. I do not care for the creative and political choices of Amazon. However, I still remember that Amazon is an American company. And trust me, there will come another company. Don't be fooled. History has a funny way of repeating itself. And there have been times where you've had, I guess, what you could call monopolies or duopolies and all of this stuff, where people have a lock on an industry and then something comes along and knocks them off their feet. And there will be another company that comes along and does it just as good as Amazon or better, and does it just as good as Disney or better, or just as good as Google or better, or just as good as Apple or better. That are American companies. They will come. And for those companies that come in the future, some of those companies will have creative decisions, political decisions, professional decisions, and so on and so forth that align more with what I believe. During the interim, I will still use these American companies in a sparing manner, depending on what it is. Everything is on a case-by-case basis. And as new companies start up, I will also support those companies too, especially if they're American companies. So when it comes to Disney, I pre-ordered Mulan because I thought about American workers. And anything that can help Disney's bottom line and keep an American worker employed, why not? $30, that's nothing. I just went ahead and did it. And like I said, I don't agree with all of their creative decisions when it comes to their script writing. I've written scripts before. I don't agree with all of Disney's politics. People know where I stand on things pretty much if you've watched the show or listened to the show. However, Disney is still an American company with American workers. And that is the largest reason why I pre-ordered Mulan. Because after them laying off thousands and thousands of workers right before the holidays, it's kind of crazy. And I'm sure those people will be eligible for unemployment, but there are people out there who they don't want unemployment. They just want to work. There are some people who are fine staying at home and not doing anything and collecting a check. And those people, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But there are other people who find meaning to their life doing work. You can't tell me that there aren't, within those thousands and thousands of people that worked at the theme parks for Disney, that there aren't at least a few hundred people who really loved what they did, who really loved their job, working with the people who patronize Disney, the Disney theme parks. You can't tell me that there weren't employees there that did not love their job. And now, before the holidays, they've lost it. And it sucks, to use an indelicate term. It sucks. So I don't want to say disdain, because I don't hate Disney. I don't really hate anything, at least I can think of. But I put my feelings to the side and just decided to go ahead and purchase or pre-order Mulan to help Disney's bottom line, because they are an American company with American workers. So yeah, that is it for the Purple Elephant Show episode today. I will upload the BitChute episode, the additional BitChute episode this weekend, as I mentioned before. That's all I have. ThePurpleElephantShow.com, The Purple Elephant Show on Parler, on Instagram, and which, of course, Instagram, Facebook, which owns Instagram, which is another American company. The Purple Elephant Show. If you're watching this on BitChute, Dailymotion, YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you will know when I upload new videos. Thank you again, everyone, for your support. It means more to me than you'll ever know. Until next time, be blessed.